Good afternoon, everyone. NES Summit 2020. This is the session number 18 and Celebrity Talk 3. We have our guest with us, Krishna Kumar Devanty sir, who is from the Empower Solutions, and he is our celebrity for this Celebrity Talk. Uh, I just wanted to I just want to introduce him. He is a seasoned technology professional, almost for 30 years of experience in the industry, and he is the founder and director of the Empower Solutions, a consultant to the MSME sector, a mentor, an advisor, an investor to startups. So today's content is specifically for the startups, and he's going to elaborate with the two different examples in the situation what we are facing right now. And there will be a really good session. So I want every audience to be interactive kind of sessions we can make it happen. Uh, to add more, he is a considered to the bridge between the startups and the investors. So this is the key point for all the business startups or the youngsters who wants to come up with the different business ideas. Will definitely try to Krishna Kumar sir and will convince him that he can give us the access to his expertise, and post summit also we can ask him to be a part of the different activities with the NES and the Cosmo people. So let's welcome Krishna Kumar Devanty sir. We are really grateful that your valuable time is given to us for this NES summit. So welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, RIMAY. Thank you for this opportunity to address this particular August gathering of businessmen and entrepreneurs from Nashik and surrounding districts. I'm really happy to be here today in the afternoon, right? So,
It's our pleasure, sir.
yeah, thank you, and good afternoon,
So
everybody. Yeah,
yeah, I'm just handing over the sessions to you so you can start with your content 11, sir. Thank
absolutely.
you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So, good afternoon, Nasik. So, how are you all? I would first like to again thank Swapnil for this opportunity. What an initiative he has taken. It's an apt initiative that he has taken in terms of NES Summit 2020. NES, in fact, stands for Noble Evolution Series. What a apt word he has used. What I appreciate about RIMAY is he has gone out of his way to understand the challenges faced by different industries in Nashik and around Nashik area. He's trying to address the challenges faced by these industries through this NES summit. And I'm glad to be a part of this particular initiative. And as he said, I will be more than happy to extend my help even beyond this particular summit in whatever possible way I can. I will be really looking forward to engaging with him and his association to create an impact on the entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and startups in that region. Let's look at the summit, the evolution. Evolution means the continuous change, and pandemic, unprecedented pandemic has posed challenges to all of us. Nobody except, I think, the Queen of England have come across such a challenge before. We all are new to this particular challenge, and we are trying to come out with our own ways to deal with this particular challenge. Evolution is possible when we take this challenge head on and strategize to address these particular challenges to come out of this particular pandemic triumphantly. If you look back at March 2020 when lockdown was announced, if you go back, every industry except essential goods and services had to close down their businesses. There was no income coming at all. If you look at the industries, the most affected industries have been travel industry, then textile industry has suffered, then retail industry, manufacturing industry. All these industries have suffered because they have to close down. Being from the startup ecosystem, even startup got affected due to this pandemic. The recent survey says that today almost 12% of the startups have already closed down their shops, and another 60% of startups are struggling to stay afloat. If you look at total, 72%, it's a staggering 72% of startups are either extinct or are staring extinction. Now, what to do? There has been a paradigm shift in how to do business. There is one great saying, change is the only constant. If you look at this particular saying seriously, that's what we need to do as business owners. We have to go back to our drawing board and reassess our SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat, to reorient and come out with new business models to tackle these pandemic challenges. If I have to take an example of a typical industry, I belong to education industry, and I would like to give an example of that industry. Pre-COVID, not a single college or school was ready to look at the solutions of virtual classroom. Now, if you look at post-COVID, that has become the new normal. Every school and college is delivering education online. They are using either Skype, Google Meet, Zoom, and all sorts of virtual classroom solutions. So the same startups which pre-COVID were finding it difficult to sell these particular solutions to the education industry, now the education industry is calling them and asking for the solution. This has been the paradigm shift in the way the businesses are done. The new normal, another new normal that has happened is work from home. If you look at every industry is using work from home now effectively. Incidentally, day before yesterday, the last employer of mine, RPG Group, the promoter Harsh Goenka has declared that all the group's sales team henceforth will work from home. So that is becoming the new way the business is being done. I would like to, on the business side, strategies have to be reworked. And I would like to share with all of you examples of two startups from my portfolio who have not only successfully reworked their strategies, but have come out strongly, even stronger than before, pre-COVID. And now they are ready to take the challenges post-COVID. I will briefly dwell upon both these startups. The first startup that I'm going to share about is nothing but the name is God. You have heard right, it's God. God means Guruji on demand. This startup belongs to Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad area. We launched the services last year on Gudi Padwa Day. Guruji on demand is the first online platform for performing religious rituals or pujas. The business model is we have 600 plus Gurujis onboarded on our platform. We even have a retail channel to deliver the puja samagri. As a customer, what I have to do is using their app or using a phone call or from their web portal, I have to just book the puja and the muhurta. Everything else is taken by that particular startup platform. The nearest Guruji is assigned to you. He comes on the day of the Muhurta, he performs puja, he even comes with the samagri. So you don't have tensions about performing puja, you have to just perform the puja on that particular day. They have made the puja so smooth for all of us. Come the pandemic, what happens? Because pujas are not categorized under essential goods, suddenly the business comes to zero. Now, what next? The founders come together, rework their strategy. The next first step that they have taken is the retail showroom, a retail channel which was delivering the samagri. Instead of delivering samagri, they have started delivering essential goods to the home of the people who required the essential goods like grocery. In the bargain, what we got is new customer base. Now going ahead, they also know that God is for performing puja. So they are our prospective clients once the things normalize. You won't believe, before mentoring this particular startup, I didn't know that there are 152 pujas that we can perform right from birth to death. We reworked on our strategy. What we did was, if you look at pandemic, there are two constants. There will be births and there will be deaths. So any pujas related to births as well as pujas related to deaths will always remain there. What we did next was we went online. The startup started conducting pujas, performing pujas on Zoom. The Guruji is sitting at his home, recited the mantras, while the customers sitting at their home performed the pujas. Second thing that we did was we came out with a separate platform for funeral management. If you look at funeral, right from the death, arranging the puja material or the samagri, arranging the Guruji, arranging the ambulance, arranging the logistics during the funeral, till the entire funeral and post funeral, all the pujas. The entire package is given online on the platform. So no tension for the people who are already grieving the death of their near and dear one. So if you look at pandemic, this has made this particular startup evolve and even become stronger than what it was before. Earlier, we wanted to launch the service in Mumbai this particular April. Instead, we had to postpone that particular plan of ours. But then what happened during the pandemic, we came out with new business models and they have been delivered successfully. The startup is looking at future in a very optimistic way. That is the first startup I wanted to share with you. The second startup, which is a Delhi-based startup of mine, is called Truly Healthy. It is into health sector. And of course, it is a part of a history in terms of, it has become a part of history. I will come to it later. First, I will tell you what that particular startup has done. My startup from Delhi was into garment manufacturing. He was manufacturing the denim jeans for various labels before pandemic. Because of pandemic, he has to shut down his textile plants. The same has happened to all the textile industry across India. They had to close down their plants because textile doesn't come under essential goods. Same happened to my startup, but then he did not sit tight, blaming his destiny. What he did was, now what next? Immediately he pivoted to manufacturing PPE kits. Now the same setup in Toto cannot be used for manufacturing PPE kits. So we sat down and found out that we needed upgrade of our machinery. Immediately, the startup has imported two machines costing few lakhs of rupees from South Korea. We started the plant to manufacture PPE kits. The action taken was, first, we changed the setup. We upgraded our machinery. Second, we took all the permissions from the government to run our factory for manufacturing or stitching PP kits. We retrained our labor because stitching a garment is not same as stitching PP kits. PP kits needs some more skill sets. So we retrained those labor into stitching that PP kits. Now kits being sold to hospitals, you just can't manufacture them and sell it. You need compliance, you need testing. So government has gone out of the way to help us test our product 24 by 7. They gave us the service. We got the relevant certifications, be it Citra, be it FDA, be it ISO certification for quality. We got all required certifications in no time, thanks to the government authorities and their overnight help that they gave us. Thanks to that, we started manufacturing these kits. We not only started manufacturing these kits, we then started supplying these kits to the state governments, private hospitals, as well as the health aggregators. In the bargain, we became the major manufacturers in India for PP kits. Now let me take you to the Indian success story when it comes to PP kits. It's a great role, I would say, benchmark for Indian Make in India story. When pandemic happened, every single PPE kit was being imported from outside India. There was not a single manufacturing setup in India. Some of the textile companies taken to them that they will start manufacturing the PP kit, same as one of my startups. Now, we are the second largest manufacturers of PP kits in the world after China. If you see the dynamics outside, the global countries, the other countries do not favor China as their vendor anymore because of this pandemic thing happening. The next best is India. So India is the preferred vendor destination for all the other countries when it comes to PP kits. So for India, this is the brilliant success story that one can produce during the times of pandemic. These particular examples that I've given only show that where there is a will, there is a way out. If you look at the news recently, even for the textile industry, which was staring extinction, now is looking at bright future because many of the international brands have cancelled their orders from Chinese manufacturers and they have diverted those orders to Indian manufacturers. So the Association of Textile Manufacturers from Tirupur have gone on records that they are looking at increased demand in terms of their garments and other textile items. So that industry is again looking for a bright future. So in nutshell, to conclude this particular keynote speech, I would only say that going forward, to survive and to stay relevant, we need to pivot. That's the only formula. We need to pivot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again for giving me this particular opportunity. Thanks, RIMAY.
Thank you, sir. It's really wonderful two stories or the examples which has been given by you. One is the puja and the online, samagri providing and everything. The interesting fact is that funeral. So that is what the real challenge which I can see right now. That how that thing is working in the operational model. And do you really think that in India the mentality of the people is very different? In regards to the religion, when it comes to the religion or religious activities, so it's very they're very particular about it, if I'm not wrong. So a bit question I just want to ask you that is that a challenge for you?
No, not at all. In fact, let me tell you, this is particularly being done online for the first time right now. But if you look at even 6 years back, 2014, when my own uncle expired, we took a similar service, but it was not available online. There is this particular service is available in Mumbai, entire funeral management. So I myself took this service almost 6 years back when my uncle expired. So in fact, I think in today's world and this particular generation, which is very open to the new ways of doing the things, I don't think there will be any challenge in terms of availing this particular facility, because what we are doing is we are not trying to change any ritual over there. We are trying to only enable it to happen it smoothly, because if you look at the family is grieving, right? And today in pandemic, manpower is not available to take care of the funeral. You
Yes.
cannot go to the place. Many of the people don't reach out to that destination just because of pandemic. So in that situation, if somebody is ready to take that shoulder that responsibility, I think people will be ready to. And the service has we have seen a very good response to this particular service. This particular service is on for last 2 months, and we have seen a great response for this service in Pune, Pimpri, Chirchwad area.
That's really good. That's really good. Means this the innovation or the new way of doing things is coming into the picture, and the
Absolutely.
adaptability from the people is the most important factor when it comes to the commercialization of the service, and the
Absolutely.
business out of it is a really wonderful thing. And there will be n number of opportunities which came with this pandemic effect as well. So it is
Absolutely.
just
Absolutely.
how you look at the things and how you give the treatment to the opportunities, so that can be grabbed by the different startups and they can do the business into this situation as well. That is what our agenda
Absolutely.
of the next summit is, that let's create something or be the part of the new normal life, so that we can get over it. So this is what the human being should do right now. So it is
Absolutely.
really
Absolutely.
wonderful thing from your side, sir. uh, I really want to hear you more, or my audience or our audience is really interested to know more things and how the things is working into startups, and how Krishna Kumar Devanty is involved into different kind of activities. How we can get the access to the Krishna Kumar sir,
Absolutely.
that the
Absolutely.
guidance or the way of different kind of things which will be helpful for our future. So
Absolutely.
then what I say that let's continue this session again, and post summit also I hope that you are going to give us a time where we'll have a
Absolutely.
different kind of questions to you, and we can take the session ahead accordingly.
Certainly, certainly, Rimay. I would look forward to that. It's my mission to reach out to as many young entrepreneurs in India and abroad. Right now, I'm operating not only in India but in Southeast Asia as well. But then it's my passion to help these startups. So all the opportunities that you will throw at me, I am ready to take them post this
Absolutely. One more
particular
thing
event as well.
I just want to note here that when you said young entrepreneurs, so I just want to make it clear that you are amongst us. The
Absolutely,
things which you are
absolutely,
delivering to us, and the energy which you have to be a part of the startup community. So I can see that you are just one of us. You are just one of us.
absolutely,
So that is really
absolutely, absolutely.
wonderful. That is just a wonderful of you. So we are just concluding the session now, and I resume this session again post summit. Thank you so much, Krishna Kumar sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye, bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.